This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the Federal National Council praised the UAE's humanitarian initiatives at its 7th session of the 15th legislative chapter today, under the chairmanship of its Speaker, His Excellency Mohammed Ahmed Al-Mer. During the session, the FNC passed amendments to the Law No. 2 for 1989, allowing GCC citizens to undertake retail and wholesale trade in the country. The Council also discussed the policy of the Emirates Securities and Commodities Authority and of the Emirates Securities Market, and they also adopted a number of recommendations. The session was also attended by His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Community Development. His Excellency Sultan bin Saeed Al Mansouri, the Minister of Economy, and His Excellency Dr. Anwar bin Mohammed Gargash, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Federal National Council of Affairs. Al-Mer praised the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan's initiative, which was to help thousands of refugees in Jordan and Lebanon who face a wave of extreme cold forecast to hit the region in the coming days. And the subsequent Show Compassion campaign, launched by the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. His Highness Sheikh Nahyan then revealed that the ministry was also considering a proposal to establish new centres for girls in different areas of the country in response to a member's question. There was an overwhelming response on the first day of the Dubai Cares initiative, Rebuild Palestine, Start with Education. From 10 a.m. this morning, Al Boom Tourist Village was packed with hundreds of Dubai residents, students, government employees, private organisations and even tourists in a show of support to the community campaign. Dubai Cares CEO Tariq Al Ghurg welcomed the volunteers who came to pack 50,000 school bags for Palestinian children. The campaign aims to integrate the youngsters in Gaza back into school and create an environment suitable for learning. To ensure that each kit is according to the UNRWA standards, each Dubai Cares bag will contain 14 essential items, such as notebooks, pencils, pens and a calculator. The campaign will continue through to 6 p.m. every day until January the 11th, with refreshments and lunch provided.
The most important thing to develop a nation is to educate that nation. And when you educate a nation, you have to start with the children. And we don't want to leave generations in Palestine without education. It's enough that there is a generation which didn't get education. We have procured 50,000 school bags and 50,000 school items, which will consist of 16 items that we will have to equip it into those bags. And we're asking the community to equip all of those. It's going to go through boxes, from boxes it's going to go to trucks, and from trucks it's going to be shipped to Gaza for distribution to those kids. We're trying to bring the smile back to those kids because they have a new semester and a new year at the moment.
I'm trying to help as much as I can. So I'm originally Syrian. So when I see my brothers and sisters in Syria getting in different camps, and many of them are from the heat, from the cold, now they're suffering. So I'll try to give as much as I can back to the society. So I'll start with Palestine. I'll start with anybody who needs help because we're all one, and hopefully can make a change.
We really all feel for Gaza and what happened in Gaza, and we feel for these children. We all have children too, and we know, how it feels to have your children not be able to get the basic needs, whether it's food or education material. We're blessed here in the UAE. We have good schools, we have everything we want, but what about those people over there? It is our responsibility to help.
In October last year, Dubai Cares launched an 11 million dirham programme to build a new school in Gaza and also to introduce emergency trauma education into the curriculum. While it will take time to build the school, the Dubai Cares bags will be shipped immediately to Palestine and help the children resume their education. Organisations such as Bait.com and GCC Services says they are committed to support the campaign to help Gaza children have a better future.
So as the region's largest job site, employment is at the forefront of what we care about. Most people don't know this, but in 10 years' time, there's going to be over 100 million unemployed youth in the region. And so for us, education is one of the options that these people have, you know, to get out of whichever situation they're in. And so being part of Dubai Cares, you know, specifically this event over here, this initiative, we're packing school bags for 50,000 youth in Gaza is just, first of all, it's a tremendous honor to be here. We have over half of our staff from the Dubai office here already, so there's an immense feeling within the organization. People care.
Children's education is a big factor for us to be involved in. So we'll be here as long as we can possibly manage it, and throughout the weekend other people will come back.
The Roads and Transport Authority is set to launch an awareness campaign this month to educate motorists and desert driving enthusiasts about principles and precautions in desert areas. Hussein Al-Banna, the Director of Traffic at the RTA Traffic and Roads Agency, was quoted as saying that motorists, particularly those who enjoy desert tours, are urged to abide by the security and safety measures in place while driving vehicles or quad bikes in desert terrains. He also added that this time every year they run awareness events orientated towards desert visitors with the aim of urging motorists to take the necessary precautions, such as maintaining an extra safe distance between vehicles, being ready for any surprise accidents, avoiding distractions such as using a mobile phone, keeping the window glass and mirrors clean, driving at a reasonable speed, even less than that of the speed limit on roads, and using low beam lights. The awareness campaign will be transmitted via social media channels, customer service centres and petrol stations, virtual messaging signs on roads, as well as cashier screens in some shopping centres. And much of the country woke up to dense fog this morning, and motorists were urged to reduce speed and maintain a safe distance between vehicles in order to avoid accidents. The National Centre of Meteorology and Seismology had previously warned of low horizontal visibility on Thursday morning in different parts of the country due to an accumulation of fog. And there were a number of accidents this morning involving dozens of vehicles on the main highways over in the capital and here in Dubai. Many motorists complained of slippery road conditions and severely reduced visibility due to the fog, which was reduced to less than 50 metres in some parts of the country. Sharjah police resolved 5,665 cases in 2014 and restored over 142 million dirhams back to owners without referring the cases to court. This has been achieved through the Reconciliation Initiative launched by the Sharjah Police back in 2011, which looks to solve disputes amicably. Omar Al-Suwaidi, the head of the police stations, was quoted in a local daily as saying that all cases involved bounce checks and money disputes, and that the police restored 142,380,134 dirhams in cases from January to December 2014. Al-Suwaidi added that the initiative aims at spreading forgiveness and cooperation among residents, and that as a part of the reconciliation process, the police implemented a grace period to borrowers in order to make arrangements to restore their money. He also pointed out that the initiative reduces the number of cases going to court, which can also help solve issues for those who have criminal records. Dubai Airport set a new record in terms of passenger numbers during the 20th edition of the Dubai Shopping Festival. A Dubai Airport spokesperson was quoted in a local daily as saying that DXB Terminals 1, 2 and 3 welcomed a record 650,000 passengers between January the 2nd and the 4th, up from the previous record of 638,000 between December the 18th to the 20th, 2014. He added that the busiest weekend in DXB's history was well managed thanks to careful planning and close coordination between Dubai airports and all stakeholders. Terminal 1 alone, which is undergoing a refurbishment, handled 97,000 passengers. And finally, table tennis enthusiasts were given a masterclass by the world's best players this week. Huge crowds gathered at the Dubai Mall to see the world's best table tennis players in action at the inaugural Ping Pong Dubai Festival. Team China was joined by UAE players and coaches to share tips and trick shots, while enthusiasts had the opportunity to compete on 8 free-to-play tables for the chance to win a number of grand prizes. The popularity of the Ping Pong Festival is a clear indicator of the growth of table tennis in Dubai. That's according to Liu Zhangnong, the VP of the Chinese Table Tennis Association. He added that this type of enthusiasm suggests a bright future for the sport here in the UAE. The world number 1 and number 2 men's players, Zhu Jin and Ma Long, were at the event to support the festival, as well as Olympic gold medalist Zhang Jiike, along with the 3 highest-ranking females. The UAE's number 1 player, Majid Al-Balushi, was also at the event, who stated that it was really positive to see Dubai's ongoing effort to promote the sport.
The sport looks very easy, but at the same time it requires lots of effort, lots of skills and lots of training. I believe everyone should try even the sport, even if not as a professional level, but as something that would give you a stronger personality, increase your abilities even as a person. Ping Pong Dubai events are very encouraging in terms of table tennis encouragement and not letting the people and the community know about the sport. This festival is a very great opportunity for people to know more about table tennis as a sport, and just grab a racket and meet the best players around the world.